you know, you're having the surgery for a good 5 years, and then it happens, and now it's 2 weeks. It happened 2 weeks ago, and it's just sort of weird. Hi everybody, it has been 2 weeks since I had double jaw surgery. I wanted to do this video as like an update because I know it's quite interesting to know what sort of stage people are at after 2 weeks. So I thought I'd go through some things that I would want to know beforehand. So this is my current swelling situation. I feel like I could go down the street and people would be like, oh my gosh, she's swollen. I'm still swollen around here. But I believe that's fine. Like they say, swelling mainly will have gone down by like 3 to 4 weeks, and it will definitely have all gone down by like 3 months. So obviously this is what I look like straight on. This is me smiling. This is my bite. I know, the big bite. And this is how wide I can open my mouth. It's like 1.5 fingers. And then my profile. Numbness wise, the first thing I did when I woke up from surgery, from my general anaesthetic, was feel like every part of my face. Because I've seen all these videos where everyone says there's like they're numb here, and then like over the like a year later they're still numb in like a small spot, and that never goes away. And I know that those are the risks of the surgery, is like permanent numbness in some places. So I was just really curious to see like where am I going to be permanently numb for the rest of my life. But I'm pretty fortunate because I actually have no numbness apart from the roof of my mouth, but I think that everyone's numb there for a few weeks. That's a sort of like a standard. So appointments wise, after surgery I stayed the night, and the next day I saw a dental hygienist, I saw my surgeon, and I saw an orthodontist. So my surgeon showed me like how he wanted me to bite, because it felt really weird. I had a wafer or a splint in my mouth, and he said I needed to practice biting down because that's my new bite. Then the orthodontist gave me some bands and told me how to put them in. Then my dental hygienist gave me all the mouthwash and the toothbrush and sort of gave me a run through of brushing my teeth and dental hygiene and stuff like that. And then exactly a week after my surgery, I saw my surgeon, my consultant, and another orthodontist, and they basically removed the wafer splint, changed my elastic bands. So actually after that, the main pain I was feeling was from the elastic bands, so rather than like my actual jaw. So the general is that you have your braces removed after 6 to 9 months, but they said it would be around 3 months for me, which was really good because that's half the time. Also in that appointment they removed my stitches. So I had 3 stitches under here, they removed them, and then I have loads of stitches like here, or here, loads here. I can see them, it's not that bad. I'll show you it. So now you can see that string, that's like an edge of a stitch, and you can see a few of them like just popped up around here, and there's like a bunch up here if I lift up my lip. They're harmless, you know, it's a bit off-putting when you're brushing your teeth knowing that that's a stitch, and they're all supposed to like fall out or dissolve, so I'm just sort of leaving them be. I had another appointment yesterday with my orthodontist. She changed my bottom wire to a wire that she said was more flexible, so I'm assuming it's so that my teeth can kind of settle into their own bite. She also gave me less strong bands and a new formation to put them in. I've been like healing quite well, and she said I could open my mouth wide enough for her to change it. I will admit it was quite uncomfortable, and I was not looking forward to someone putting their hands in my mouth again. I'm pretty protective now over my mouth. Also, when they removed my stitches, they put these like strips, so they took those off, and now they just said it's healing nicely. So I can show you, it's just not that big. So when I'm talking normally, you can't see it, and it will get smaller and obviously more faint. So that is my only actual external scar stitch that I can possibly have. Everything else is inside my mouth, which is nice. Pain, I would say I did not find the surgery painful. I would say I found it uncomfortable, but that's more, you know, when you have a big fat chipmunk face and all you can do is sit and do nothing. It's quite uncomfortable. Having to talk when your lips are swollen and your face and your mouth doesn't open too wide, that's uncomfortable. I wouldn't say I had pain. I mean, obviously I took my painkillers when they told me to take my painkillers, and the painkillers stopped after about a week, although I still took some painkillers, just normal like paracetamol, when I went to sleep because of my elastic band, sort of like an aching. I would say, I think if you chew gum for too long or you talk too much, your jaw aches. It just aches a lot faster than normal, and it's sort of, yeah, you can take painkillers and it helps. Or I used to put like an ice pack on it if I'd been talking too much or something. What can I eat? So the first week I just sort of stuck to liquids like water, milk, protein shakes, some soups. I will say the surgery, you're not just, I imagine like myself just sitting there like craving loads of food and like dreaming about it and everything, but I actually found that I lost my appetite. Something about, well, the first few days when you just sort of feel not great, you just feel wanting to eat isn't something that you think about, and then after that, when all you can actually eat is stuff you don't want to eat, but once again, you're not too hungry. Now at 2 weeks, I have these baby spoons. It's really great because it's really thin and it's quite flat, so it's quite really good at getting it inside my mouth. Now I've had mushed up baked beans, that's good, with mashed potato, Cocoa Pops, custard, jelly, I had mince, like the mince part of like lasagna and spaghetti bolognese, just even rice. You just have to get over the fact that you just have to swallow it whole, like there's no chewing involved, you just swallow it. Although in the last day or two I have tried to like be biting and chewing things, but it's really weird. Exercise. By day 3, I think, I was going on a walk. So even in the hospital, like you have to get up, go to the bathroom, they want you to walk about, get the blood pumping, or blood moving rather, not pumping. It's all about circulation, blood circulation in your body, just to keep it normal and going, but also in your face. Helps reduce swelling faster. As well, going outside, it's, you know, it's March, it's not warm, but so the cold is quite like soothing on your face. Also, it gives you something to do. Like, it's kind of sad when you just sit there and you get tired from doing nothing. At least when you go on a walk, you get tired from because you've been on a walk, you know? It seems more natural. So yeah, I went on a walk on like day 3 or day 4, and then I've sort of been on one like every day, maybe every other day. Quite nice to get out of the house. Also, everyone's at work, so no one has to see you. And I do wonder when I've been walking around, like, what were they thinking about me? Because I would stay in my pajamas and I had a chipmunk face. So sleeping, I've had the best thing. So definitely recommend a wedge pillow. Absolutely adore it. It just was uncomfortable lying straight flat on my back. You need to be elevated with pillows or whatever, but the wedge just made it easier because then there's not loads of pillows, it's just one pillow on your wedge pillow. I can sleep through the night now at 2 weeks. Before, I used to wake up during the night, maybe have to take some more painkillers. I have been taking paracetamol just before I go to sleep anyway, but I don't think that's necessary anymore, so that's after 2 weeks. Hopefully you'll be able to sleep well after 2 weeks. I've been sleeping loads as well. Talking and socialising, so after about a week I had 2 of my friends come over to my house and I talked to them, and after that I definitely put an ice pack on my jaw, like mainly here and here, because it ached a lot, but I was audible in the sense that they could understand what I was saying. It was a bit slow, I was a bit more swollen. Don't talk too much because it does hurt, and I really enjoyed seeing my friends. Made me feel more normal, and it was nice having some support. Going back to work, I would say after 2 weeks, mentally, I feel normal. Like I could go back to work or school. I know someone that I worked with, she went back to school after 2 weeks after her surgery. But only for half days. Now, I would say this is really dependent on what your job is. So for school, obviously, maybe if it's like half days, you can be tired afterwards. Now, my job is in hospitality. I have 2 or 3, but 2 main jobs. That's a lot of standing and smiling and talking. So I feel like I can talk properly now. People would understand me. I mean, my face is still quite swollen, like smiling to people, hi, would look a bit weird. The main issue I have about going back to work right now is standing. So like I said, I get tired from conversations after a few hours. I get tired after a walk, you know, I just need a minute, need a nap, and not sitting down for a few hours, I honestly don't know how long I'd be able to do that. I've actually spoken to my manager, and I think that I'm going to go back to work next week, but middle of next week, so that will have been 3.5 weeks. Also, we've agreed so sort of do like 3-hour shifts. Maybe if you sit down for a job, it'll be easier, and maybe if you don't have to communicate with people, you can work for longer. Feelings. How did I find my first week? So everyone said the first week is the hardest. Once you get through the first week, it's all a lot easier. Now, I sort of mentally prepared for that. My surgery maybe was more minor, the movements were more minor. I'm young, it helps, so everything moved very quickly and worked very well. I had no complications, I had no numbness. So I don't know if I just had an easier time, but I didn't actually find the week that bad, because I feel like I was mentally prepared that this was going to be the worst week of my life, and therefore when it wasn't horrible, I was like, oh, okay, this is not too bad. I actually found the beginning of the second week a bit harder, because something in my mind was like, okay, the first week's done, the hard bit's done, it's like a race, back to normal then. But obviously it's not, it's a long-term thing. So I was super happy after the week because I saw my surgeon, they said everything was great. But then the next day I was like, yeah, I was super bored, I was a bit sad, I was a bit down. I was like, okay, I want to get back to normal life now, but I still can't. So yeah, you know, you're having the surgery for a good 5 years, and then it happens, and now it's 2 weeks, it happened 2 weeks ago, and it's just sort of weird. I thought about like how I'd feel after like they took the splint off of my mouth and like biting. Wow, why am I crying? So bad. Okay, yeah. Oh. Okay. It's the first time I put makeup on since the surgery. I mean, it's only mascara, but you know, that's not like that mascara run. Yeah, no, it's emotional, I'd say, when you actually think about it, because it's such a big thing, such a big ordeal. You think about it so much in advance, and then it happens, and now it's happened, it's in the past, nothing will ever be the same again, and it's just weird when you think about it. But yeah, I'm definitely happy that I had the surgery. If you have any questions, feel free to comment them down below. But I hope I covered everything you might be interested in with the 2-week mark. Thank you for watching. advice I'm giving right now.
Listen.